Hello friends, this is Holmes, a first-time farmer over 50. Welcome to the homestead. So this is a follow-up video. The previous video I showed was what this area looked like before I cleaned it. And unfortunately, this was a poorly placed pile. You can't see the whole area now because of that. We'll take a walk here in a minute so you can see what's behind there. Or actually, I should say what's not behind there anymore. So from here, you can see that log laying down there in the background. It was somewhat visible before, but there were a lot of little trees in front of it. And then that log that you see there, that's pretty much kind of horizontal there on the screen. That was kind of maybe visible in the last video, but that was the area, or that was the line that I was working toward. So I got all that finished. And then just powered through, got all the way down to the bottom, down to the wash, cleared up the hill, got this area finished, and it's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Here, we'll take a walk around over here so you can see. There's a deer over there. I don't know if you can see it through all the bushes or not. I was working, clearing things up and taking stuff down to the wash, and I looked up, there were 3 deer about 30 feet from me. Scared me half to death. I had no idea they were there. Good thing deer aren't carnivores. I'd be in trouble. Yep, see this area? This all looks good. This is where those 2 trees were lying. They went over in that general direction. So I got those all cleared up. They're the majority of this pile behind me. And then I went through and weed whipped it. So that's what's giving it the park effect. And then on over here, I left the dead stuff, which I like to do. And went through with the loppers, cut out all the sort of thick stuff, and then cleaned it up with the weed whip after that. So it's looking pretty good. Pretty good. And where I'm standing right here, I'm about 50, 60 feet from the back of the property. I'm looking south right now. So I'm figuring next weekend, it's a nice long weekend, 5-day weekend for me. So I'm figuring that by Saturday, hopefully by Saturday, I'll have this all cleared out. And this should make a pretty good view. Not the trees. I'm just going to mark trees. This hickory right here, the more I look at it, the more I like it. I think it's going to stay. It's kind of close to these other ones, but we'll see. We can always cut it down later. As my dad always said, it's a lot easier to cut down a tree than it is to grow one. So just take your time on that. Actually, he said it takes a lot longer to grow a tree than it does to cut it down. That's what he said. So that's what we're going to follow. But looking pretty good. Looking really good. Very pleased with how this is shaping up. And you know, this is the 6-acre project for 2025. And I have to say, this is my favorite thing to do, is to clear brush like this, because it's so obvious when one is finished the job and how it looks. And I just love the way it appears when finished. So I'm really digging how this is, and then we'll get more video over there. Maybe we'll do a walkthrough over there sometime this next week before I do the actual work. But it should be pretty awesome when it's finished all the way back to the property line. So we appreciate you watching. Please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future. But if not, we will see you in the pasture.